being able to assess everything from the palm of my hand is key. That's kind of where Wholster has come in for me.
All right, are we live?
I think we're live.
Did we do it?
I think we finally made it
All
on
right.
Zoom.
All right. So, this for anyone listening, this is kind of the first video that we've done. We're not exactly sure what this might turn into. Could be a series, but anyway, we're here with Liz from Peninsula Home Buyers, and we just want to chat real estate wholesaling and dig into her business and see what she's doing and try to provide you guys some value in your businesses as well. So, Liz, thanks for coming on to this sort of impromptu show.
Thanks for having me, Jared. I'm
Yeah.
super excited about this.
Yeah, yeah.
My first one. It's what a great start with Holster.
Yeah. Oh, well, we appreciate that. So what do you guys do? What is Peninsula Home Buyers?
So we're a wholesale real estate company.
Mhm.
So it's comprised of an acquisitions team, a dispositions team, which is me, and an investor. And so the deals that come through that aren't a perfect fit or don't fall into our investors' buy criteria, they get wholesaled. And that's kind of where I come into play. I'm the dispositions manager here.
Mhm.
And, essentially that means that I take the properties that aren't necessarily a great fit for your average real estate transaction, the pre-foreclosures, the hoarder houses, the kind of crusty looking ones.
Mhm.
And we take those, get them under contract, and I find investors to buy them and turn them into their next flip or buy and hold and rent them out. So
Okay.
that's what we do.
So you take all the good stuff. We
Yeah.
love the broken down houses. I know a lot of guys that are like, "Hey, give me the ugliest house you can find. That's the
Yeah.
one that I want."
Yes. The uglier the better,
Right.
because that means more profit. And that's my main goal for my investors is to help them make as much profit as possible.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Digging for gold. So how
It,
long have you been with the company?
I've been here, it'll be a year in October. So I'm new to the real estate field. I got my start here at Peninsula. I started from the bottom. Theo, the owner of my company, put me on the phones to start, and I started with the telemarketing.
Okay.
Uh, didn't like it, wasn't a great fit, couldn't handle the rejection. And,
I know that
you know,
feeling.
it's not for everyone,
It, it's
and
not.
that's the best part of wholesaling is that, there's different parts, there's different ways to get into it. So, we adjusted and I started looking into dispositions and selling, which is far less rejection,
Mhm.
and way more fun. So you get to take the properties and present them to your buyers list, and
Mhm.
help everybody make profit. And that's kind of what I've been doing for the past year is just making as much profit for my investors and our company as possible.
Okay. I like what you said. So I actually tried to get into wholesaling when I started out in real estate investing. And one of the things that I was in charge of was being on the phones. And I couldn't do it either.
Yeah.
It's a tough part of the business, and it's not for everybody. But some people are really good at it,
Oh
and
yeah.
and I think part of um, part of being in real estate investing is figure out what you're really good at, and then all the other stuff, find other people that are really good at that stuff, and build that team. So
Outsourcing. Yes, it's
exactly
essential. That's
right.
how, some of my biggest investors pride themselves on being able to outsource. It's a skill set in itself for sure.
It is. You're right. It is. So, um, you're in dispositions now,
Yeah.
and you really like that. What's your favorite part about dispositions?
Oh, there's so many. So, I would say my favorite part is bridging the connection between sellers who are in need, right? So these sellers who people on an average market wouldn't necessarily be paying what we're paying,
Hmm.
and they wouldn't be able to sell their property. So I take those sellers and I bridge them with investors who are, thirsty, they're hungry, especially since the market has kind of changed. We're all thirsty for some good deals.
Hmm.
And, I make that connection between the two. And that is so fulfilling. I watch people who, when I start the conversations, when we have the contracts, first get the contracts, and uh, they're stressed and concerned and in a spot that no one wants to be in.
Hmm.
I take that property, I, market it and find an investor for it who then takes that property and flips it into something amazing. And everybody is happy. So that's what I like. I like that there's no rejection and that everybody is happy because it's a win-win situation.
Right. Yeah, you're creating the wins. And I
Yeah.
think another point to make is that a lot of the wins that we don't even see might be the other people in the neighborhood, right? You're
Yeah.
taking the ugly house and you're getting rid of that. And sometimes you'll hear from the neighbors, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're cleaning that house up." But sometimes you don't. But I like to think anyway that there's a lot of people out there that are really grateful for that too,
Oh,
um,
absolutely.
that you might not have had.
We've had a number of neighbors reach out to us after we've rehabbed some properties and asked if we could help sell their property next. So it's
Oh,
definitely, yeah, um, you know, word of mouth, reputation is everything in this industry.
that
And you improve a neighborhood, you've got a great reputation.
that's a great tip. Now, when you move into a deal into a neighborhood, are you doing anything to prep the neighbors around you?
Not necessarily.
Hmm.
Um, when we come into contact with our neighbors, we build a connection. We let them know who we are.
Hmm.
And then once they see the house in the market and they see it in the process of being renovated,
Hmm.
there 9 times out of 10 is a reach out, to kind of find out what's going on next door.
Hmm.
So in terms of like communications with the neighbors in the neighborhood, it happens, and I think most would agree, it happens in the transition period. So we don't that's why Wholster is such a big part of what we do, because most of our um, transactions are on the internet. So it's all online.
Hmm.
And we don't put, signs out in the front yard. We maintain a far stronger digital presence.
Hmm.
And I think that is what has helped build our company to where we're at now. That was a tough question.
It was a tough question. um, so, as wholesalers, Peninsula,
Yeah.
what kind of goals do you guys have?
Okay. So Theo has so many goals.
Yeah.
Who is the owner of our company? I started the year with the goal of 50 sales in 1 year.
Hmm.
Um, I last week 53 sales, and I have 2 more months before I've hit my year mark. So my short-term goal has kind of changed because we've been so successful in what we've been doing, which isn't a bad thing to happen at all. So
No.
my new short-term goal, yeah, right? Like, oh man, I sold too many houses this year.
Good problems to have.
So my new short-term goal is 75 houses in a year. And like I said, I'm at 53. So, that's my short term. Long term is obviously, I think everybody in this industry's long term goal is to build their own portfolio. And, here at Peninsula, like we're the same way. Theo has his investment side of the company and he's building doors. And, one day when I'm a grown up, I'd like to, be able to do the same thing. But for now, I'll just absorb all the information and, build that network of buyers and uh, help strategically build the portfolios of those around me and hope that the good karma will come back and and help me in the end.
Oh, we know it will.
Yeah, right.
It always does.
The connections. That's all real estate is. It's connection.
I preach that. I've been, I mean, everybody preaches that really, but
Yeah.
it's so true. It's a relationship business,
Oh yeah.
and you never know what doors might open, what opportunities might come across in this business because there's just so many of them. It's a lot of
And
fun.
yeah, I mean, and connections equal revenue. So I like
Right.
that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So what kind of technology are you guys using in your business?
Oh, so I am on my phone all the time. All the phone technologies are what I use. So
Yeah.
like, uh, I'm on email, I text message. My big thing of in terms of our company and what I do disposition wise has been social media. So,
Okay.
90% of my buyers are found on Facebook. And through utilizing that social media connection, um, you know, and kind of need everything to be easily accessible on my phone
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that I'm like able to sit down and,
Yeah.
I'm a mom of three kids and we have our own closings. There's a lot of walkthroughs to do. And so being able to assess everything from the palm of my hand is key. And that's kind of where Wholster has come in for me as a dispositions manager.
That makes sense. This is a fast moving business
Oh yeah.
on
Yeah.
both sides of the equation.
Oh, what's on the market today might not be on the market tomorrow. So
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
So in that way, you find that Holster has been really helpful.
Yeah, I have. So I have marketed and sold now 9 properties on Wholster.
Wow.
And yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks. So what used to take 30 to 45 minutes, creating an ad editing photos, developing the text for my social media posts,
hmm
developing a web page, which is, part of, accepting offers and things like that.
hmm
So it used to take 30 to 45 minutes and it takes two, 2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 minutes. And so, yeah, to say that it's affected my business in a positive way, I feel like it's kind of like an undermining statement. It's huge. To cut 20 plus minutes off of an activity or something to market a property
hmm
is a huge deal. Now I just have to put info in boxes on an app on my phone
hmm
and it generates the link for me. I take that link and I post it on Facebook groups. I text it to my investors. I can email it from my phone. It's all right in one spot instead of having to go all around, my website and, photo editing and, send things to myself on Slack, like antiquated like technologies. So
Yeah.
it's huge. It's definitely affected our business in a positive way.
Well, I love to hear that. That's going to be so exciting for my team to hear, especially my developers because they're not in the real estate business, but they are in the software business, and so like you and I, where we really enjoy doing real estate transactions, what they enjoy is building software that people want to use and that they enjoy using and that makes their lives easier. So I know when they hear something like that, they're just going to be so thrilled.
Oh, they're definitely magical wizards. I don't know how they came up with that. Like it blows my mind every time I use it, to be honest. It's uh so accessible. Everything is at my fingertips. There's never a second where I can't do something like get an offer.
hmm
Everything's right there in one app. Um, what used to take uh, so much time in my book, 30 minutes is a lot of time.
hmm
A lot can happen in 30 minutes.
hmm
You could get a few offers. you could accept an offer in 30 minutes.
Right.
So I definitely love the accessibility factor of Wholster, and your magical code writing wizards have done an amazing job.
They are wizards. I remember, so kind of going back to how much we like to build software that people want to use, one of the things that we are dedicated to is listening to our users and getting feedback from them and finding out what is it exactly that is going to make this thing better for you guys. And you really helped push us to get this offer submission tool built into the app for our release, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I think I was really shocked that those guys were able to put that together so quickly. And
It was
um,
fast. I'm telling
yeah.
you, it's just magic. And the offers thing was so key. Is on the disposition side of things, it's
Mhm.
hard. You have four different buyers named Phil, and a buyer named Ralph, and everybody is emailing you and texting you and
Mhm.
Facebook messaging you. And
Mhm.
if you just have one place to see everything, it makes things so much easier. And so that code, whatever type of magic they spun it, I I I am appreciative that you listened and made it happen. And so fast too. It was like I blinked and it was there. It was awesome.
It was great. And
Yeah.
again, I thank you for being a part of that. And
Of course
yeah, I'm just thrilled that it's making a difference in your business.
it is. You can get notifications, things like uh properties that, to be honest, when there's 10 different properties that you're marketing and one doesn't close for 60 days,
Hmm.
you'll get a notification on your phone that so and so has submitted an offer, or so and so has sent you a message.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh hey, that's right. I have that property. I need to get that addressed. Everything is so easy. There's no missing anything. It
Hmm.
manages all of your wholesale needs.
Love that. Um, so what's your favorite feature about the app?
My favorite feature is the swipes. So like, I like getting on there. So part of our business is in investing,
Hmm.
and I like getting on there and being able to, see what else is out there. Send along info to my investors. That if I don't necessarily have something in their buy criteria and something pops up on my phone, perfect. I can send it their way. There's
Hmm.
a JV opportunity for me.
Hmm.
Um, you know, um,
That is a great tip for people out
yeah,
there. Hmm.
yeah. The other aspect too is, I love being able to add things in one fell swoop. So I love the ability to add the photos like right from my phone. So I can go essentially from a walkthrough where I
Hmm.
take the photos of the property, and within minutes I can have a listing. Just right up on Holster.
Hmm.
And it's just clicking a few things on my phone instead of going back and downloading and then saving and then uploading. So
Hmm.
I think my favorite feature is the accessibility, is how everything is just literally so easy. It's so user friendly. You can look at other opportunities, you can look at other deals, you can uh, communicate with other wholesalers, you can communicate with other investors. It's really a one-stop shop for an app.
Yeah. We really can't wait to get this thing out and get more people on it. And sorry, I just got a notification from Zoom that we have 10 minutes left.
10 minutes, the
Yeah, but
10-minute countdown.
yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep focusing on making this thing better for you guys and packing as much value into your phone as we possibly can. Um, Now, I
Yeah,
know you mentioned that you're doing some deals out of state, right?
yeah. So we, as part of our company,
Hmm.
we are operating here out of Maryland. So Wholster's first market open, the Maryland market.
Hmm.
That's where we're based out of. And uh, about 4 months ago, we decided to kind of branch out from wholesaling in just our local market to a virtual market, North Carolina.
Okay.
I'd never been there really, other than to like drive through a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have boots on the ground down there. We have an acquisitions gentleman down there who, handles all of that aspect of things. And I've been very, very lucky to handle the dispositions aspect of that. And so we're super excited for Wholster to go live down there, and be able to find a bigger network of buyers. Since starting, it's mind blowing to me, the Maryland market and how crazy hot it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to go from a Maryland market that's so super competitive to a North Carolina market that hasn't really seen much of a wholesaling presence, as metropolitan areas like Baltimore and DC have.
Mm-hmm.
So to go to that market is kind of eye-opening. It's busy. It's a lot. There's a lot of opportunity, and it makes you think how much more opportunity is there in all these other virtual markets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we are North Carolina expanded, and we operate out of the West North Carolina, so Asheville and the surrounding counties. So
Okay.
yeah, if anyone Jared, is looking for some hot seller deals, we will be marketing them on Wholster as soon as it's up and running in North Carolina.
That's going to be really soon. So I hope that brings a lot of value for you to have another tool for operating outside of your normal DMV area.
Yeah.
Um, so this is my last question I have for you, because I think we are running low on time. Um, what is one tip that you have for people that are trying to get into the wholesaling business?
Ooh. Okay. So let's see. Wholesaling is what I like to think of as rebellious real estate. So that's why I got into it to start.
Are you a
It's
rebel?
Yes. Aren't we all though? Aren't we all just a little bit? Aren't all real estate investors? Aren't all people in real estate? Aren't they all just a little rebellious? Um,
Yeah, I'm sure we are a little bit.
yeah. I've never been one for following rules.
Mhm.
My poor parents. But yeah, I like so I would say in wholesaling, right? Don't follow the rules, stand out and listen, and absorb as much as you can. So it's a very tight knit community here in Maryland, and I'm seeing the same in North Carolina as well. Those who participate in the off market transitions have a different type of mentality.
Yeah.
And if you stop, listen, and absorb, you will learn so much and for free. And so my biggest point would be to listen, which,
Yeah.
as rebellious people, we kind of sometimes have a problem doing, but,
that's
it's
that's
like,
very true. I think if
but
my mom was here, she would agree with that.
yeah, yeah. Our poor parents, they're just,
Yeah.
definitely aged a little bit extra from what makes us so great at real estate,
Right. Yeah.
but could give parents heart attacks in a second.
It certainly
But
could.
yeah, that would be my thing. Listen and utilize to make your own success.
Great. That's good advice. Liz, thank you so much for being a part of the Wholster app, its growth, and this interview. And we wish you the best in your business. And if you have any more thoughts about how we can make it easier for you to do business, you know how to get us.
Always. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jared, for the opportunity. Peninsula, we're very excited to use you, and let's make some money. That's what we love doing, and that's what Wholster's been helping us do. So
Love that.
thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks.
See you soon.
Bye.